It seems that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are not only competing for being the richest man in the world, but also for space exploration. Would it be good news for Musk's SpaceX after Blue Origin's BE4 is a complete fail? Welcome to Elon Musk Era. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and more. Founders of companies such as SpaceX and Blue Origin have both broken through the highest ceilings on Earth to reach for the moon. Meanwhile, SpaceX has superior agility, can pivot, and has been able to adapt to clients' needs far more efficiently than aging and slow Blue Origin. However, Elon Musk's rocket engine have been a resounding success, but Jeff Bezos' BE4 engine is said to have been a disaster for the ULA and Blue Origin alliance. In this video, we will discuss all of this and more. But before discussing what is rumored to be a failure of the BE4 engine, let's take a look back in time to see how Blue Origin gradually dwindled in popularity. The beginning of the modern commercial space race can likely be traced back to the founding of Blue Origin at the turn of the century. As one of the richest men in the world and former Amazon CEO, Jeff Bezos founded the company in 2000 to make space travel more affordable and accessible to a larger and yet still very small segment of society. A great deal of secrecy accompanied the development of Amazon's technologies during the first 15 years of its existence. Nonetheless, their new services have proven highly successful. The efforts they've made to date have been heavily geared towards space tourism, which has been evident in recent space flights. For instance, actor Michael Strahan was sent into space by the company, and as part of the recent development, the company has successfully landed a New Shepard rocket vertically after returning from space. In this case, this was the rocket that has landed upright on its legs. Furthermore, it was even able to repackage its boosters, which is pretty amazing. Yet, that is all and only what Blue Origin can do and be proud of. About the competition, while the New Shepard was a great success, it pales in comparison to the SpaceX rocket. In 2002, Elon Musk founded SpaceX almost on the heels of Blue Origin, and Musk has been a major figure in the space industry for many years. There is even a rumor that Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark was influenced by Musk. Musk, unlike Bezos, has shown no shame in announcing his loftier goals, including the colonization of Mars as soon as possible. In addition, SpaceX has made significant strides in the space race by developing many rockets and crew transport vehicles, as well as building a strong relationship with NASA on a variety of missions. Moreover, SpaceX has completed more than 100 missions using the Falcon 9 rocket, a reusable rocket that can reach right into space. NASA has even used this SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket to launch astronauts into space. On the other hand, for New Shepard, there was no crew on it, as it never got into space itself. Thus, at this point, SpaceX has become one of the major players in the commercial space industry, with its Starship, Starlink, and civilian flights. The California company is becoming a space exploration monopoly. The launch capabilities of this company were so reliable that they broke a record in 2021 by launching 31 launches in a row. With this being said, SpaceX not only defeats Blue Origin, but the relationship between the company and the United Launch Alliance has also grown worse than ever. But how come? It seems that the answer can be found nowhere else but in the BE4 engine. And this is because 8 years ago in 2014, ULA relied completely on Jeff Bezos to purchase the BE4 engine. The launch was a risky bet by ULA, an established player in the space launch industry, to take on a new competitor. However, with the BE4 engine, Jeff Bezos, founder of Blue Origin, promised a relatively low-cost, high-performance engine that could match the power output of the main engine of the space shuttle. According to Blue Origin, the B4 would be ready for flight by 2017 when this initial agreement was made. In 2021, the question of when the long-awaited Vulcan Centaur rocket will be launched by United Launch Alliance will loom large for the US military space community. And to launch critical national security satellites into orbit, the Pentagon has chosen this vehicle. Additionally, the vendor that Jeff's space company has been less reliable in the past year. Although Blue Origin has not yet received its powerful BE4 rocket engine, which burns methane and liquid oxygen, the first flight schedule for Vulcan is continuing to shift left. Hence, what exactly is wrong with BE4? The first flight schedule for Vulcan is continuing to shift left. Hence, what exactly is wrong with BE4? What causes the engine to be late in the first place? By August 2021, it had become apparent, even to the general public, that the BE4 engine program was in trouble. Over the past 4 years, there have been numerous problems in the program, including problems with turbopumps, combustion instability, overheating, and battery life shorter than anticipated. Furthermore, Bezos' sometimes distracted attention is also attributable to the company's founder. Moreover, many attribute Bezos' hiring of the Blue Origin's chief executive officer in 2017, Bob Smith, and some to the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, the primary reason for the persistence of problems is that the BE4 engine development and testing program has been relatively hardware poor over the years. Essentially, this means that the factory in Washington has insufficient components to build the development engine. As a result, there have been extended periods when no testing has taken place in Texas. Meanwhile, it was a surprise to hear this since Blue Origin has stated publicly back in spring 2017 that its development program was hardware intensive. Although Smith was appointed Blue Origin CEO in late 2017, he appears to have been mostly focused on reorganizing the organization's leadership rather than on hardware development. In addition to this, the BE4 team was not prioritized as it was given to the other programs, so it did not receive all the resources and freedom it needed to complete its mission. While having more hardware typically means a program can move faster, it usually also costs more. Additionally, as an example, a program with hardware richness might order 10 components from a supplier where it normally needs only 2. Technical development programs such as those for rockets and engines are always prone to trouble, and having spare parts will help when things go wrong. And one of the more recent public examples is the Starship program developed by SpaceX. Moreover, the company went through one of its massive Starship prototypes rapidly in its South Texas factory as it attempted to demonstrate its ability to land. In the end, the company took a fully completed SN-16 vehicle and scrapped it after successfully landing its SN-15 prototype. Furthermore, there have been about as many as 50-meter Starship prototypes built by SpaceX in the last 2 years, as have been built by Blue Origin in the last 5 years. Furthermore, there have been about as many 50-meter Starship prototypes built by SpaceX in the last 2 years, as have been built by Blue Origin in the last 5 years. Despite being cost-intensive, the development of Starship has been rapid as well, and it is a very powerful program based on a lot of hardware. Moreover, Blue Origin appears to have failed with the BE4, and SpaceX may be given a new opportunity. In addition to this, in mid-2022, ULA currently anticipates receiving engines and flying Vulcan by the end of the year. In the meantime, ULA's margin for slippage continues to shrink as Vulcan must successfully launch its 2 commercial customer missions, Astrobotic and Sierra Space, before it will be certified by the US Space Force to fly national security missions. Additionally, a ULA mission scheduled for Phase 2 has already been assigned to the company's legacy rocket, Atlas V. ULA CEO Tony Bruno said Vulcan will be ready for NSSL missions by 2023. Atlas V, if it doesn't happen, would no longer be able to provide backup. Furthermore, ULA sold its Atlas V inventory to Amazon so they could launch the Cooper Internet constellation. If Vulcan is not ready for SSL launches by 2023, SpaceX would be assigned ULA missions until Vulcan can be used to launch SSL missions. As U.S. Air Force Secretary Kendall explained, it is important to have 2 launch providers, since if something goes wrong with one, another can be relied upon. Furthermore, it is said that 2022 will be a big year for space launches in general, and the commercial heavy rockets could debut in 2022 in 4 or 5 different countries. Aside from ULA's Vulcan, Blue Origin's New Glenn also anticipates launching later this year. Then, there are also 2 new international competitors, which are Ariane 6 from Europe and H3 from Japan. In addition, SpaceX plans to launch its Starship vehicle into orbit. Furthermore, Virgin Galactic launched humans into space in 2021. Blue Origin launched its New Shepard vehicles 3 times with astronauts on board, and SpaceX launched its Crew Dragon with private astronauts. He stated if 2021 was the year of commercial space tourism, then 2022 might be the year of the next-gen heavy launcher, said Pren, the industry analyst. Never in history have so many heavy launch vehicles debuted in the same year. Moreover, the small launch providers Relativity and ABL Space Systems are also expected to launch for the first time in 2022. Moreover, the small launch providers Relativity and ABL Space Systems are expected to launch for the first time in 2022, respectively, and both companies have been awarded contracts to launch military payloads. Penn said, "I'm excited about them." According to him, adding players to the launch industry makes both commercial and government markets more competitive and helps drive down the price of launches. Moreover, if both Relativity and ABL Space were to launch small satellites, that would certainly be welcomed by small sat operators and bring added competition to the dedicated small launch market. Further, Virgin Orbit and Astra Space, both awarded military contracts, are other small satellite launchers to watch in 2022. In 2021, Virgin Orbit launched twice and 6 missions are planned for 2022. Then, after completing its first orbital launch in 2021, Astra Space is expected to ramp up its launch schedule next year. With this, is SpaceX far ahead of Blue Origin? That's all for this video about Blue Origin's BE4 as a complete failure, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.